forget everything you know about MLB arbitration being just business. We just witnessed a team publicly value the best pitcher in baseball, a two-time Cy Young winner, at $13 million less than his filed amount, creating the largest, most insulting spread ever recorded in the history of the arbitration process.
This isn't an aggressive negotiation tactic. It's an organizational declaration of war against its own superstar. A move so historically baffling, it practically guarantees his exit and ensures years of regret. Welcome to 618 Radar, where we track not just pitch velocity, but the velocity of disrespect in Major League Baseball. And right now, the Tigers' front office is clocking 105 miles per hour straight into the dirt. The facts themselves are shocking enough to induce whiplash. Trick Skoo, arguably the most dominant hurler of the last 2 seasons, filed at $32 million for his final arbitration year. The organization countered at a paltry $19 million, a $13 million chasm. And while yes, Skoo's $42 million bid is technically the largest arbitration ask ever, eclipsing the $31 million Juan Soto commanded in 2024, that disparity is immediately defensible by his performance.
What is not defensible is that $19 million figure. It's an archaic number ripped straight from a bygone era, and the team knows it. To understand the sheer insult of the $19 million offer, we need only rewind a decade. Back in 2015, David Price received the exact same $19 million in his final arbitration year.
Price was great, no doubt, easily a top 10 pitcher in the league that year. But Skoo, in the preceding 2 seasons, has been universally acknowledged as the absolute best, with metrics that defy modern comparison. When you adjust Price's 2015 salary for inflation to today's equivalent, that contract is worth nearly $30 million. Let that sink in. The current Tigers management is telling their generational ace that he is worth $10 million less than an inflation-adjusted salary paid to a pitcher who was demonstrably less dominant 10 years ago. This filing isn't just about saving money, it's about establishing an internal ceiling, a toxic policy that tells every future star pitcher that walks through their doors, your excellence has an expiration date and we will never pay you true market value, remarked baseball financial analyst Helena Chen. She continued, they are trading $13 million today for a decade of organizational misery tomorrow, because every player in that clubhouse just saw exactly how the team values elite performance. I am a fan, deeply invested in this team, and this situation feels doubly frustrating because we've seen this script before. We watched Verlander, Scherzer, and Price all walk away after being nickel and dimed, only to win championships elsewhere. We anticipated the financial pressures, but not this level of public humiliation for a player who, over the last 2 years, has led the league in categories like ERA, WHIP, ERA+, walks, strikeouts, and the gold standard strikeout-to-walk ratio, metrics compiled over 350 innings that firmly establish him in a tier entirely of his own. Now, I anticipate the counterargument, the classic lukewarm defense offered by certain pundits who say, look, the Tigers are a small to mid-market team, and $32 million for an arbitration year, even for Skoo, is simply too much of a payroll burden for a team still rebuilding. This is the business of baseball. But that argument collapses under the weight of his performance and the comparative salaries of his peers. Let's talk specifics. Skoo finished the 2025 season with an estimated 5 wins above replacement, an astronomical figure that places him among the best pitching peaks of the 21st century. Even if the team had filed at $25 million, a number that still seems low but at least falls within the realm of reasonable negotiation, it would have generated a fraction of this controversy. But $19 million is a purposeful slap in the face. It tells Skoo, we believe you are only worth the average of a good pitcher, not the true price of the game's greatest. The true climax of this organizational betrayal isn't even the arbitration number itself, it's the pattern of disrespect. Remember the murmurs that surfaced after Skoo's first Cy Young season in 2024? The rumors suggested the organization had approached him with an extension offer, 4 years for less than $100 million total. If that rumor is true, and given their arbitration filing, it gains sickening credence, It represents a complete detachment from reality.
That's not an extension offer. That's an insult delivered via certified mail, stated Hall of Fame writer and analyst Frank Delgado. In a world where ace pitchers command $40 million AAV on the free agent market, offering less than $25 million per year to a two-time Cy Young winner, arguably their only draw for years, is a management failure that should cost people their jobs.
This shows that the $19 million arbitration filing was not a sudden misstep. It was the final, public shoe dropping in a long, drawn-out saga of undervaluation. They had 2 years to secure their franchise cornerstone at a reasonable discount, and they failed by insulting him repeatedly. This is the end of the line. The damage is irreversible. We are watching the team actively hasten the departure of the one player who could anchor their next championship window.
Skoo will likely take them to the hearing, win a number closer to the $32 million, and then, the moment he hits free agency, he will sign with the first franchise that treats him like the Hall of Fame talent he is, not a commodity to be squeezed for every last drop of cheap labor. It is a cynical, pathetic end to a relationship that should have been a cornerstone of organizational pride. The mystery of why management would act this way is now solved. They prioritize the balance sheet over the World Series trophy every single time. If you watched this breakdown and felt the burning frustration of seeing a true talent disrespected by short-sighted management, please take a moment to hit the like button on this video, share it with fellow fans who need to see the cold, hard data, and subscribe to 618 Radar for more deep dives into the game's biggest stories.
What do you think the eventual outcome of this arbitration hearing will be? And more importantly, which team do you believe Trick Skoo will sign with the moment he hits free agency? Let me know in the comments below.